let's go talk to Gaunter O'Dim.
Looking for a woman.
Like everyone.
Not like everyone. And not just any woman. Mine smells of lilac and gooseberries, dresses in black and white.
2 schnapsies. It'll lift your spirits.
Fine, I'll have a drink. Can we cut to the chase? You seen her or not?
Yennefer of Vengerberg.
Never mentioned her name?
Yet you described her perfectly. And once I hear something, I never forget. Can't help it.
This motherfucker lanky as hell.
How do you know Yennefer?
What a question. Master Dandelion's ballads, of course. The only way a humble merchant might hope to rub up against greatness. Unless, that is, he's as lucky as I am.
And runs into a very patient witcher.
Into Geralt of Rivia himself. The Butcher of Blaviken.
Recognize me from Master Dandelion's ballads too?
To your health.
What do you do? Who are you?
A mangy vagrant. Gaunter O'Dim, at your service.
Vagrant. That a profession now?
Once a merchant of mirrors. The madding crowd dubbed me Master Mirror, or the Man of Glass.
You seen Yennefer?
Deepest apologies, but I must ask. Is this about love?
None of your business.
Yes. As a vagrant, I deserve no explanation.
What do you know? Tell me.
Before you appeared, it never occurred to me that might have been Yennefer. Who would have thought?
Get to the point.
An Nilfgaardian scout from the local garrison saw her.
Where?
At their camp. She rode in there. Dark of night. Black and white. Gooseberries and... Yes, I know. Had a terse exchange with the garrison commander and raced off.
Where to?
I'm not omniscient. Ask at the garrison.
Thanks.
We men of the road must stick together. Perhaps one day I'll be in trouble and you'll be nearby to help.
Alright, you guys are going to want to remember him. He comes into play way later in the game, to the point where you'll probably forget that this exchange even happened. Just remember. Alright, so let's go out here.
Done drinking?
Mm-hmm.
Then fuck off. Don't want your kind here.
Alright. If I remember correctly, this is actually where it shows you that Axii always doesn't work, so we're going to try it.
Haven't done anything to you, so just calm down.
Of course no. You done nothing.
Horson's working witchcraft.
See, if you use Axii in a group, it could also backfire on you. This is a fist fight.
Come on. You're dead.
Nice meeting you.
So we beat them in the fight. It's a little sloppy there. A tad rusty.
That Griffins are real scourge.
Goidemar, will you raise a glass with me?
It's Durban now. D-E-R-V-A-N, not Goidemar.
Oh, so there's our first notice board. Now the notice board is where you can find quests and contracts and other locations in the game.
To bed and wet himself. Good
You don't have to read them. You can just grab them and go. But if you want to read them, I'll just hover over them and you can pause the video. Alright, now let's just grab them all, and then it'll open up locations up on our mini-map, which we're going to look at right now. So this is the area of White Orchard, which is considered the tutorial level of the game. And this is where a lot of people who play this game crap out, because admittedly this game is a very slow start. But as you can see, if you go to the world map, there's actually multiple maps. You have Novigrad and Velen, you have Royal Place of Vizima, you have the Skellige Isles, you have the Duchy of Toussaint, which is a part of the DLC. But back to White Orchard. There you can see our current objective is up here. And all of these question marks are undiscovered locations that you can find treasures, you can find bandit camps, you can find monsters, just anything. It's just for exploration. How I'm going to play this game is pretty much I'm going to do a mix of I'm going to pretty much just kind of mix it up. I'm going to do a main quest here and there. I'm going to do a side quest here and there, a Witcher contract, or just explore. I'm not going to blow through the game. I'm going to just kind of just play it naturally and just have fun. Alright. I'm going to try to use fast travel as little as possible, because I don't want you guys just sitting there on a loading screen. And
Now listen carefully. You're never to sing that rhyme again.
here. It's the first possible quest. Let's help him out.
What happened here?
Oh, got a wee bit chilly the night, so I set fire to my forge. Got it nice and roaring. Roasted some wieners. What do you think happened, dimwit? Some bugger set alight me workshop. I've lost everything. Everything!
Talking shit to us.
Easy on the insults. I could add to your misfortune. Any suspects?
Whole damned village. I've lived here half a century. Thought they saw me as one of their own. But everything changed when the Black Ones came. I'm the only smith around, so I got to service their garrison. Bang dents out of plate, shoe horses. That sort of thing. Nilfgaardians don't pay me a bloody copper. Just give me supplies and orders. But humans can't fathom that. They think I'm getting rich off their misfortune. That I sleep on a pile of gold like a ploughing dragon. They've stopped talking to me. Spit when I pass. And now this.
I can find your arsonist, provided you're willing to pay.
I've not much left, but I'll give you all if you bring me that horse in, so that he gets what he deserves. The night of the fire, I heard movement outside my hut. Went out to see if I could find any tracks, but found nothing. But then I haven't got cat eyes, have I? Good luck.
Alright, here's one of our first quests. Pretty sure this is considered a side quest. Now, our objective is to go back behind his hut and use our Witcher senses to find the perpetrator. And basically, what Witcher senses are is Witchers are trained mutated monster slayers, and they go through various mutations at a young age that alter and enhance their natural abilities. Like they have enhanced reflexes, they have enhanced eyesight, hearing, sense of smell. And basically how it's incorporated into the game is that you can use your Witcher senses to highlight little details that any normal human that's not trained would possibly gloss over. Like here you see.
Shavings from a tinderbox. Arsonist must have lit his torch here, tossed it on the roof, then fled through the orchard.
Follow his tracks.
A man's. Large.
Just follow him around here.
Stinks of piss and vodka.
Yeah, so pretty much when you're using your Witcher senses to do this stuff, you'll find things that piece together what might have happened before you even figure out what happened. As we're following here. Just gonna lead us under this bridge, I think. And here's our first little treasure chest. The thing with looting is what you want to do is loot absolutely everything. You can walk in people's houses, take everything that you see in the house. The only time you'll ever be penalized for looting is if you do it in front of guards. But other than that, take everything. You're gonna you'll get items you can sell. You can get items that you can use to craft. You can break them down and turn them into other crafting components. Like, you're gonna see me just going up to pretty much everything and taking it. So we kind of go into this pass here.
Lost his boots in the rush. Something jumped out of the rushes. Drowners. But he managed to escape.
Alright, so let's follow his tracks back into the village. This will hopefully lead to his house. He's also bleeding on the ground now.
My gran told me about the Smith's boy. Lad went missing
Don't
one day,
you
so
look at
folk
me.
nabbed a witchman that was hunting nearby. Started poking him,
And we
asking
found it.
when he started twisting.
Trail ends here, but I'll recognize him by his wounds.
Yeah, so basically, like I said, you can just walk in people's house, take everything. Dried fruits and nuts for food later on. And loose. I would personally recommend, here, let me go in the inventory real fast. I would personally recommend, in your food section, always keep things like actual food, but sell your alcohol, because you will actually have a drunk effect if you use it. So there's really just the adverse effect of using it. So yeah, I would just sell it and just only drink water and eat the normal food. Let's put these fruits and nuts right here. And let's see what else they have in the house. You can use your Witcher senses to see what's in. Let's look at more food. Powder. And the guy's right over here.
Drowner claw marks. It's gotta be him.
Let's talk to him.
Nasty wound. Run into a drowner?
What the fuck do you care?
Whoa, our arsonist's a charmer too. Come on, Smith wants to talk to you.
I ain't not talk to a non-human. Sons of bitches all, and dwarves are the worst. Greedy little magpies, do anything for gold they will. They forge the blades the black ones put to our throats. Am I not right? Listen, we can work this out man to man. I give you gold, you don't turn me in. My mum died a while back and I sold her tools. I've spent some, but what's left is yours.
Well, as you can see, just like in real life, in the world of The Witcher, racism against the different races in the game, stupidity and ignorance just runs rampant all across the populace. Yeah, we're not gonna let them pay
Magpies
us
and
off.
dwarves might be greedy, but I'm not. Can't buy me.
And I'll beat your fucking mug to a pulp.
Alright, we can fight him or we can use Axie, which we're going to use Axie.
Calm down. Now follow me.
See, this is the prime place to use Axie again in a conversation against someone who's drunk or someone who's stupid and in an isolated area where other people can't see. Well, obviously, well, she didn't see it, her back was turned. So he's gonna be walking pretty fucking slow here.
Freak.
Actually, I'm pretty sure we can just run to the objective and it'll force him over here. Yep.
Up and at him.
What's going on?
Here you go. One village pyromaniac in the flesh.
Nap? You? I knew your mum for years. Charged her nary a copper. This is how you repay me. I've had enough. Hey, soldier. A minute of your time, please.
No! Willis, I beg you! I was drunk! Didn't know what I was doing!
I've told you, Master.
I like how much detail they put
We
in
will
all the
help you
character models,
rebuild
even the
once
unimportant characters.
reinforcements come.
The supplies have been ordered.
Not what this is about, mate. This here's the arsonist. A witcher found him.
The forge was important to the garrison. Destroying it was sabotage. No trial needed here. Just a tree.
The Nilfgaardians are savage as fuck. They hang a lot of people during the war.
Harsh as punishment goes.
But deserved. You know, I hated the Black Ones at first, like everybody else did. Now I'm thinking they might just bring order to this place. Teach these layabouts some manners. But enough about that. Your reward. And I managed to save some things from the fire. Anvil's still whole, so I'm sure I can bang something out on it. You need anything, let me know. Give you a good price.
And now we unlocked our first blacksmith, which we can
A
use
return
to
customer. Welcome. What can I do for you this time?
Show me what you got.
we can buy things from him, we can sell things to him, and he can also craft armor for us. Now, the armorers and they can't craft swords, so you're gonna have to find like a blacksmith. Like there's a difference between blacksmiths and armorers. And right now, you see you have chest armor. These are the various different crafting components you can gather from looting things or dismantling items that you already have. This is just junk. You can also get your items repaired here for a price. And you can get upgrades removed, but we don't have any upgrades. I'll show you that later. So right now, let's see. Let's go into a shop and see. I don't really have anything I could sell to him. Okay, that saddle is yeah, for now, the bulk of the things we're going to get is from exploring this area. So we're going to leave him. And we completed that quest.
God's eye above, Emperor far away.
Let me check. We have 270 crowns.
That Griffin's a real scourge.
Yeah. So, a little bit on the build I'm going to try to make. I'm thinking of making like a hybrid build. Basically that dabbles in a little bit alchemy, signs, and combat. My first playthrough I did a really sign heavy build that had a little bit of combat, and then the other playthroughs I did a really heavy alchemy build. But alchemy builds are kind of overpowered because you can get a lot of health, and if you couple that with heavy armor, then you're pretty much not gonna fucking die. So we're gonna do a hybrid that dabbles in a little bit of both. I'd say we're probably going to lean a little bit heavy on alchemy, but we're not gonna go overboard with it. Speaking of, I should use that opportunity right now to explain the leveling system. So basically, you have three main different branches. You have combat, you have signs, and you have alchemy. Alchemy covers things like oils, potions, bombs, and decoctions and mutagens. Signs cover all of the 5 signs. You have Ard, which is a telekinetic blast. You have Igni, which is a blast of fire. You have Erden, which is a magic trap that slows enemies down. You have Axii, which influences the mind that you've seen already used. And oh no, this is Quinn. Quinn is your a protective shield, and Axii is what you saw earlier, where you influence the mind. And you have multiple different types of abilities that you use ability points to put in the slots, and you can take those slots and put them over here and activate them. And yeah, in your combat, you focus on fast attack, strong attack, defense, marksmanship, and your adrenaline points. Yeah, so pretty much I'm going to be using a mix of these to kind of make a hybrid build. This is your general branch where you can get just these random abilities that could help you out with your certain builds. Like you can use adrenaline points if your stamina is too low to cast signs. You can get extra toxicity points, a higher inventory increase. But the main three in this, we're going to be using probably Griffin School techniques, because I plan to make a medium armor build later on in the game. But for the most part, at the beginning, before we actually get the armor, I'm going to be kind of just mismatching things, so I won't need any of this stuff right here. And right here's your mutagen slot, and I'll explain that once we actually get mutagens. But yeah, that's just a little bit of the characters. And let's continue on. If you press L3, you can call in your horse from anywhere, and he'll just automatically spawn in. You just hop on him.
Hey-ya!
Now, if you gallop, you have a stamina bar, and the way you can get your stamina up is if you get different saddles.
What now, you piece of filth?
We're just gonna make our way over here.
Come on now.
You know, let's fight that group of drowners. Alright, drowners, just like ghouls, are in the category of necrophages. Let me go in here in the glossary, in the bestiary. Witchers have to fight many different types of enemy types. There's a lot. Like right now we have hybrids, which are griffins, and in the bestiary it'll tell you what they're vulnerable against, and you can read about them and their backstory and the lore. So right now you have ghouls, and that shows you what they're vulnerable against, like I said. And yeah, ghouls are necrophages, and drowners are also necrophages, and they feed off of dead bodies. So what we're gonna do is this is gonna be the first use of potions. I'm gonna pop a tonic oil for the potion, and that'll increase my stamina regeneration. Then I'm gonna go in, pop Quinn. Before we go, grab my silver sword, and start fighting. Alright. So with God, I'm playing like ass. So with drowners, oh, what's wrong with their AI? Usually they move around more, but drowners, they usually have a lunge attack, and you can't block that lunge attack, but you can block their main attacks. See, there's his lunge attack right there. But there's the lunge attack. I'm gonna try to parry. Yeah, see, I parried their main attack. Usually drowners will attack in packs, but those were just two right there. I'm playing a little sloppy right now. Usually I'm pretty on point, but whatever. Here's our first hidden treasure. Go underwater. Find that. That's locked. So we're gonna have to find the key somehow later on, and then come back and get it. Oh, the key's right there. Yeah, if you use your Witcher senses, you can see he's be glowing red. So we can take the Temerian Lily key. And open this up. Come on. Temerian valuables. So read the document. So we're gonna go in our inventory and go to the quests and read the orders. If you want to read that, you could just pause. And then it'll tell us to track. Oh, okay. Yeah, so we can just go get the treasure over here, actually. Let's make a little detour and actually go get it. Need some food.
Come on.
Yeah, you can pretty much go anywhere in the open world right off the bat, but there's some areas with enemies that are higher level than you, so you have to watch out for that. If I remember correctly, the treasure's going to be underground here. In the house. Okay, there's nothing for us to pick up, so we can pop down here. Pretty sure we have to use R to the store. Yep. And we can loot. And we got our first decoction and a diagram to craft armor. There we go. So that's our first treasure hunt right there. Let's look at the armor and see if it has any benefits over our current ones. So it gives us +1. +5. Yeah, so we're going to use the cavalry boots. And one thing you're going to know is all the random armor you find in the game is pretty fucking ugly. Like, the main armor you're going to want to be using is actual Witcher gear, which we'll get to later. But for the most part, everything else is just ugly. But you should pretty much only use them for their benefits if they're better than your current armor. One thing you're going to want to do is never sell any pieces of Witcher gear. That includes your swords and your armor, because you can use them later to upgrade to go to the next one once you find a diagram. But don't worry, if you do accidentally sell something, the vendors always keep it in stock, so you're pretty much just going to have to like think about who you sold it to, go find them and buy it back. So that's that. Let's hop back on our horse. Now you don't have to stay on the beaten path, but they show you, here it is. Now that right there is a place of power, but we're not going to go get it just yet, because there's going to be a wraith right there that spawns.
Let's go!
But he's way too strong for us, so we're just going to continue on. Yeah, we're coming up on the, Guardians. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be a pack of wolves up here. And wolves, they attack you in packs as well, so you have to be very careful with them. And those barrels up there are environmental things that you can use. Like I can light them on fire with Igni. Right there. Pop it.
Come on, come closer.
So that killed. Yeah, they move around a lot, so you have to be careful. That. There we go. At the beginning of the game, you don't really have any abilities and your stamina regen's low. You're very limited on what you can do in a fight, and the combat seems overly simple. But once we actually get other abilities, we can rely more on just dodging and mashing the button. But that's pretty much all we can do for now. So we got those treasures, let me just make sure. Okay. This right here, if you see these little gas pockets, you can actually light them on fire. Like that, and cause an explosion. That's another environmental thing you can do to help you in a fight. But those gas pockets will also suffocate you if you stand in them. So you might want to watch out for that. So let's continue on. We don't really need to get on the horse because, I mean, we're right here. Just enough guardians. So this is the Nilfgaardian garrison, where we're going to talk about the contract. Try to find Yennefer as well.
Military camp. No locals allowed without the express consent of the garrison commander.
I look like a local to you?
You look like trouble.
Dead wrong. I make trouble go away. I'm a witcher.
A witcher? Captain Peter Sagwin Levy is in the tower. Turn right, past the gate.
Huh. You black ones aren't so scary after all. Can even be nice if you want to.
Don't get accustomed, Nordling.
To the tower. Go.
Around the Nilfgaardian camp. Here's I think this is the quartermaster. If I'm, yep. Let's see what he has.
Password.
Dunno any.
So, out for a little walk here, eh? Counting the Emperor's swords to lull you to sleep? Well, in the army, we've a place for nosy ramblers. The scaffold.
And thick-skulled quartermasters. They got a place.
You're clearly skilled at banter. And haggling? You got a knack for that as well?
Show me what you're peddling.
Let's see what he has. I'm gonna sell this to him. Certain vendors you can't sell certain items to. They only take yeah, so right off the bat early on, we're not really gonna be able to buy much or sell much.
So long.
But as we gather crowns, we'll be able to. Let's go talk to the Guardian Commander.
How much grain will your village give?
Whatever you say, Your Excellency.
Look at my hands. Look. See the calluses? These are not the hands of an excellency, but of a farmer. So we speak peasant to peasant. How much can you give?
40 bushels. There'd be more, sir, but our lads, the Temerians, that is, took from us earlier and...
You will give 30, and that will do. Let us settle on it, and I wish to see the transport soon.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you kindly.
I summoned only the Elderman and the smith, Willis. But it is said he is a dwarf. You are too tall to be him.
Very perceptive of you. Geralt of Rivia, Witcher.
Vatgern. This explains why I did not hear your footsteps. What do you seek here?
Yennefer of Vengerberg. Where was she headed?
That is a military secret.
Haven't thrown me out yet. Haven't called the guards. So go ahead. What's your price?
There is a griffin in the area. Slay it. And then I shall see what I can do.
And there's the infamous Griffin mission.
Why do you care about this griffin?
Because I care about people. The beast has killed 10 already, including a few of my men. To hunt it, I would need to mobilize the entire garrison, comb the woods, organize a batu. Simply impossible.
Too big a hassle?
No. Too high a risk. I cannot disperse my forces. Temeria's army we have crushed, but its common folk remain, ready to answer a call to arms. So, as to this griffin, I can sit on my hands, or hire a professional.
It's a deal. Some questions before I start. Know where the griffin has its lair?
It kept to the Vulpine Woods at first. I sent a patrol there, 5 young men. A hunter found them 2 days on. They only recognized them because they wore our plate. Since then, the griffin has grown bold. Attacks in villages, fields, on the main road.
Meaning it's abandoned its lair. Gonna have to set a trap.
I judge from your tone this will not be easy. What do you require?
I'll need bait. A specific herb. Buckthorn. Scent should lure the griffin from 10 miles off.
Buckthorn? I do not know this. But I am not yet fluent in the common tongue.
Mm-hmm. Probably mastered the basics, though. Hands up. Kill them.
Geralt's fucking sassy.
First came idioms. Don't play with fire, for example. Go to Tomira, an herbalist. She lives near the crossroads. She will aid you.
Need more information about this griffin. Its sex, why it's abandoned its lair.
Shall I bring you witnesses?
They won't say anything I don't already know. I need to go where your men died. Look around. What's the name of the hunter who found them?
Mislav. He has a hut south of the village, very near the wood. Helpful fellow. A little strange, though.
Tamira and Mislav. Thanks.
Es sunt jakten.
Alright. We're gonna go to the herbalist first.
What's the trouble?
if you haven't noticed already, they did a very good job with the facial animations. You should really pay attention to them. BioWare. Alright, so these are fast travel beacons. The only way you can fast travel is if you come up to one, and you can go to places that you've already discovered or places that you've had a map for. Like, we've passed the ransacked village and all that stuff. We've been to the mill. What the fuck was that? Alright, let's get our horse. Come on, Roach! And here you go with the janky controls. Alright. Let's head on to the herbalist. Actually, before we go, let's fight this group of drowners here. It's level 4.
Show me what you got.
Yeah, pretty much any enemy by itself is going to be child's play. It's when they get into groups where they actually become a problem. So I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, there's actually some treasure around here somewhere. Yeah, so this guy's actually 3 levels above me. Yeah, so as you fight enemies, you'll notice that you'll start to get their patterns down. Usually drowners, if you get 2 or 3 light attacks on them, they'll hop back. And when they hop back, they're preparing for a lunge attack, so you should always watch for that. And remember, lunge attacks you cannot block. They'll hit you and they'll stun you. You'll have to dodge them. Only their small attacks you'll be able to parry. So right here, he'll lunge. If that would have hit me, I would have been stunned. Another lunge. Odd right there. Yeah, see, right there you get stunned. So maybe I can bait him into doing a small attack, and I'll try to parry it. Yeah, there you go. You parry it. See, parrying is mostly for humans, but you can do it to monsters. It's just a lot more risky because their attacks are a lot wilder and they don't really telegraph them as hard. So use our winter senses to look around, and I guess we should burn this beehive because we can actually use the honeycombs for food. Which is a good source of food at the beginning of the game when you don't have a lot of crowns. Pretty sure there is something over here. Let's check the map. Yeah, there's something down over there. After I get that, I'm gonna go head to the herbalists. Let's see. Guarded treasure. What's guarding it, actually? There should be a bunch that comes out here. Let's blow that up. Oh, just a few crowns and orens. Crowns are the main currency of the game. When you see orens and florins, those are outdated currency that you can go to a banker and actually exchange for crowns. Hear more bees. So yeah, remember, just use Igni on the beehives and it'll burn them up. Don't get too close before you burn them or they will attack you. Use those honeycombs. Those honeycombs will save our ass early game. Alright, also, the reason why you have 2 swords is because Witchers, they need 2 swords because monsters are only susceptible to silver. And silver is a pretty weak metal, so it's hard to maintain. So they use the steel swords for humans and other things like bears and wolves. And they use the steel sword for pretty much everything else. Oh yeah, here's this quest right here. Let's talk to the merchant. Oops.
What happened?
Monsters! Monsters from the swamp! Folks said the road was fraught with peril, but I wouldn't listen. Got my comeuppance now.
Less moaning, more details. What happened, and how can I help? And remember, I don't work for free. Witcher's code and all.
Well, was on my way to the Black Ones to trade. Suddenly my horse got spooked, ran clear off the road. We hit a bump, I went flying and the horse and cart rolled on. Then I heard bubbling, neighing, slurping. Something came out from the mud.
Alright, notice his body language and his
Devoured
facial
Asher,
expressions.
hooves and all. No doubt my goods are still on the cart, but I'm too afeard to go and see. Thought maybe you. I'm most concerned about a little box. Bring it to me. I beg you.
Fine, I'll go. Let you know if I find that box.
Alright, this is going to be one of your first tastes of the world of The Witcher. Lots of times people aren't always going to be upfront. They're going to be trying to deceive you. And there's even times where you help someone out, and what you think is right, that you still don't get the proper reaction that you would think you would get. Sometimes the things that you think that you're doing good can go wrong. And that's one of the things I like about this game. Alright, so we have to use our Witcher senses to find the box. And if you notice, you'll see these arrows here, but if this was his cart...
Cart's riddled with arrows. Interesting. I should take a look around.
Then why is the horse and the wagon shot up with arrows?
Cart's riddled with arrows.
So that should give you a clue right now that somebody may be lying.
Square in the neck. Good shot. Either the merchant's got serious memory problems, or he's lying.
Where's this box? Oh, here it is.
Must be that box he mentioned. Splattered with blood. Human blood.